What is your go-to snack at each park? What's your favorite ride for each park in Disney World? What's your favorite hobby? What's your opinion on all the hate Disney adults get? Is it uncomfortable eating by yourself? When it comes to vlogging, do you get any anxiety that people are watching? Best memory of seeing a new movie in theaters? Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby. I am a Disney World annual pass holder. I love books, cozy hobbies, and love to create videos surrounding those things. So if that is your thing, I would love if you would stick around and subscribe and join our little growing community here. I would love to have you. Today we are doing a little, what I'm going to be calling a cozy coffee chat. So we're going to make coffee together and then we're just going to kind of dive right into some questions that you guys have had for me. A few weeks ago I put up question boxes on Instagram and YouTube, and then I also put up another one yesterday just to get any remaining questions that people had. And so we have a few questions to get into. The cozy coffee chats won't necessarily always be like a Q&A style, but this time that's what I want to do. Most of the questions are Disney questions, but we do have some hobby questions and kind of getting to know me a little bit more type questions. So let's make a coffee together and then we will get started. Okay, so I've got some stuff out here to make a salted maple latte. So I'm going to be using an espresso pod, maple syrup, a little bit of salt. I usually do milk, but all I have is half and half, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of half and half instead of a lot of milk. Ice. This is gonna be my little shaker bottle. I'm gonna make it a shaken espresso. And then this cute little glass from TJ Maxx. This was only $5, really cute. First, we're just gonna add our maple syrup. I don't measure. That's probably good. And then a little bit of salt. That's good. Here's about how much it is. I actually might add a little bit more. Okay, I added just a little bit more just in case. Here's the latte. She's looking stunning. Let's give her a taste test. A hair. That's really good. In fact, this is the type of drink that I will just like guzzle. I should do this more often. Okay, perfect. Amazing. I have my candle lit to set the mood for us. Oh, also, do you guys like how I did my makeup for you guys? I like literally never put on makeup these days. I'm just like never in the mood for it. But then when I do put it on, I'm like, oh, like I should put it on more often. It like kind of does lift my spirits a little bit. I even did eyeliner. Usually I even only just do mascara. So really exciting. I hope you guys are happy that I got all dolled up. I even put on lip gloss. But yeah, so, oh, and I'm also wearing one of the necklaces that I made. You can order these on my Instagram if you are interested. This particular one is very simple. It's kind of meant for like layering. Like you can do gold chain with it. You can do like a charm necklace with this. I think this is like perfect for layering. So anyways, and then my little thrifted Old Navy long sleeve. I don't know why I just told you what I'm wearing. This is not about my outfit. But we actually have quite a few questions to get into, which I'm really excited about. Most of them are Disney related questions, makes sense. Some of them specifically solo Disney. And then I have there's a few other questions like kind of miscellaneous. Since most of you are probably here for the Disney, we'll start out with general Disney questions, then we'll do solo Disney questions, and then we'll move on to like the miscellaneous type questions. So first Disney question is, what is your next dream resort? So my top dream resorts I would say are definitely the Polynesian and the Riviera. It's kind of hard to choose. I almost want to say that the Riviera is at the top of my list, and while I think that the Polynesian is just such a vibe, I kind of feel like the Riviera in terms of convenience and then in terms of food would be my top resort. I have a feeling if I stayed at either of them, Riviera would end up being my top favorite. But Polynesian, just because of how classic it is as well, classic Disney, that's definitely at the top of my list. So those two for sure. I got a lot of food related questions. So I got best places to eat, best food spot. I would say the best Disney food I've had. I don't normally go to sit down restaurants. Usually I'm there solo and I'm trying to do the more cost effective route of quick service. So I don't do a lot of sit down meals, but the best food that I've had on Disney property has been at the resorts, I would say. So I would say my top places to eat are definitely Bar Riva and Primo Piatto at the Riviera Resort. And as well, I would say Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Those are probably the best foods that I've had. At Sanaa, I had the bread service and it was so good. And honestly, everything else on their menu sounds amazing and I've heard really good things about. So, and then at Bar Riva, I've had their burger and their pizza as well. And I've heard such good things about all the other stuff on their menu as well. So, and then Primo Piatto as well. I've only had, I believe it was like the chicken sandwich with the focaccia bread. That's the only thing I've had from there, but it was so good. So good for a quick service as well. Those three are places that I would definitely return like time and time again to try more from their menu. So that's definitely probably the best food that I've had in Disney World. And that is nice. It is nice because you don't have to have a park ticket to go to those places since they're at the resorts. If you do not have a dining reservation or you're not staying at the resort, you would have to park at either one of the parks, or you could do Disney Springs and take a bus over to that resort. Another question is, what is your go-to snack at each park? So for Magic Kingdom, obviously the spring rolls. That's probably my favorite thing to eat at Magic Kingdom right now. And then as well, I enjoy the jalapeno poppers at Westward Ho are really good. It's kind of one of those like, it just hits a craving. And you can get these at any of the parks, but for some reason I've only ever had them at Magic Kingdom. Is the pickle in a bag. Love that. Love a pickle. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had all that many snacks at Animal Kingdom, but I have had Mr. Kamal's fries, and this was before they changed them. So they changed the sauces for Mr. Kamal's fries. They had two really good sauces before that I really liked, but still, the Mr. Kamal's fries are really good, seasoned really well, and yummy. So I would say those for Animal Kingdom. For Hollywood Studios, the popcorn in Galaxy's Edge is a really good snack. It's the popcorn's at Kat Saka's Kettle, the Outpost popcorn mix. It says it's sweet and spicy, but it's definitely a little bit sweeter. And it's almost like Fruity Pebble type flavor to me almost. So it gives kind of like kettle corn, but almost Fruity Pebble with a little bit of like some spice. And it's so good. It's such a nice little snack. That's one that I've gotten a couple times in Hollywood Studios. So I would say that. And then for Epcot, the pretzel bread pudding in Germany is so good. It's only $5. It's the perfect sweet treat that's not overly sweet. It has like a little bit of salt from the pretzel, It's the perfect like moist bread pudding. I'm not a huge sweet tooth like type person, but that is a really good dessert, and I would consider that a really good snack. What's your favorite ride for each park in Disney World? Ooh, okay, that's scary. Why did that give me anxiety? Uh, so, okay. So Epcot, it's definitely Guardians. It has to be Guardians. It's just the best ride ever. Hollywood Studios, I would say Tower of Terror. It's just so classic and so fun, and it really does make me a little nervous, like a little scared every time. Yeah, I love the theming. It is so elite. Then Animal Kingdom, I think I would have to say Flight of Passage. It's just hard to beat Flight of Passage. It's such an incredible experience, such an incredible ride. And Magic Kingdom is the hardest one for me. It is so hard because I love Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain. Tron is really fun. I love Like a Thrill Ride. Tiana's, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I really want to say Tiana's because Splash Mountain was my favorite ride growing up. And I just feel like it's just a perfect ride because it's like the boat ride, which I love. I love a boat ride. It has like incredible theming, great music, and then it also has the thrill of the drop. So I think it like has everything, honestly. So I think I would have to go with Tiana's in Magic Kingdom. And it does have that nostalgic aspect of Space Mountain or Splash Mountain. So yeah, I think I would have to go with Tiana's. Okay, and then I got a longer question, which I think I'm going to also respond to this person individually just to make sure she sees this. But she said, I'm going with a friend to Disney in a couple of months. She hasn't been in a long time, and we are doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Congratulations, that's so fun. I'm going for the first time here in a few weeks, so I'm super excited. She says, do you think that will be enough for Magic Kingdom for her? Not sure if we should schedule another day at Magic Kingdom or if it will be a waste of time. So I've never been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. However, I feel like I've heard enough and been in the Disney community enough and kind of heard enough from other people to hopefully speak to it a little bit. But I would say it kind of depends on what kind of experience your friend wants to have. Like if she is okay with not doing every single thing in Magic Kingdom, I think you guys would be okay. Yes, the wait times should be super low. That's one of the perks of going to the party. If you guys are not super set on seeing the specialty characters at the Halloween party, apparently the lines for those characters are really long. So if you ended up spending a lot of time in those lines, you may not have time for the rides that you are wanting to do. So if you just wanted to see the parade and fireworks, I want to say there's another show like at the castle. I think if you were okay with just hitting those 3 things and then the rest of the time doing rides, I think that you guys would be okay, especially if she's okay with not hitting everything. I think you guys would be okay, and I hope you have so much fun. That sounds so fun. Oh my gosh, and it would be so fun to see Disney through your friend's eyes again after her not having gone for a long time. And then the same person asked, do you have an annual pass or do you just buy tickets every time you visit? I definitely have an annual pass. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. I've started to try and say that at the beginning of the video. But yes, I do have an annual pass. This was my first year having an annual pass, and I'm coming up on a year. But yes, I do have an annual pass. Otherwise, I would not be able to go as much as I do. So, and that's kind of why I'm able to do kind of those quick little trips. You may notice from the vlogs that I like hop from park to park like a good bit. So that's definitely because of the annual pass. It's really nice. You can just park hop whenever. So would you ever come to Disneyland / Disney California Adventure? Yes, for sure. That's big on my bucket list to do. Hopefully in the next couple years. with having the Disney World annual pass, it's kind of hard to, like, I am definitely having to prioritize going to Disney World because I want to take advantage of having the pass and make the most of it. Definitely would love to visit Disneyland in the future. I would love to. And you guys will be the first to know when that happens. So, favorite Disney Parks YouTube channels to watch if you do? I definitely do. That's why I started this channel. The first YouTuber that I ever watched was Katie Brown. You guys might know her. She does amazing vlogs, amazing Disney vlogs, and also really great lifestyle content as well. Of course, I watch Brianna Woodbine. I've recently gotten into watching WDW Kevin's pin trading vlogs. Obsessed with him. He's so fun. I love watching my girl Lydia's vlogs. She does such a great job. I love watching Erin's vlogs as well. She is an Orlando local, so that's really fun. Of course, my besties, Olivia and Nick, they are the best. They are also out-of-state annual pass holders, and they do such a great job on their vlogs. So highly recommend theirs. My girl Sarah as well, Sarah Lenz. Those are some of my top ones. And yeah, this is it's kind of a lot. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone because truly I watch so many Disney vloggers. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but those are probably the ones that I watch the most. And most of them have a lot of good like lifestyle content mixed in there as well. So another question was, what sparked your love of Disney? So my family grew up going to Disney every few years. We stopped when I was about 16, I think. Both of my parents worked so hard to be able to make it happen for us to go to Disney growing up, and I'm so appreciative of that. And they made the trips so magical. When I think about like how stressful it can be going to Disney and just navigating everything with kids, it really amazes me to think of how magical they made it for us. So I'm so grateful to them for that. But it really started then and it really hasn't gone away. So we stopped going for a while, and then in 2020, our family had a trip planned. It was literally, I think it was May 2020. So of course that got canceled, and then we rescheduled it for May 2022. So we went back May 2022, and it was almost 10 years since we had been to Disney. Being back at Disney was like so surreal and so magical, and then just being there for the first time as an adult was super cool. My husband got to go on that trip with us. So it was a couple years later that I went with my two of my best friends and my sister. We went like on a girls trip, and it was like the perfect trip. After that, I think after that I started watching more Disney vloggers and stuff. And so that just kind of like reignited my love for Disney as an adult. Here we are now, I guess. I don't know what to say, except I just fell down the rabbit hole. It's been so much fun, and the fact that this whole past year I've been an annual pass holder and have gone to Disney so many times, really. I don't think that my younger self would really believe that, honestly. And then speaking of Disney adults, another question was, what's your opinion on all the hate Disney adults get? That's so funny. I mean, I guess my opinion is that I don't care. I mean, I think that people who like hate on other people who are just enjoying their lives are just unhappy in their own lives and probably just insecure. I try not to let other people's opinions bother me, and pretty much everybody, most people in my life are like super supportive of my love for Disney, and even if they don't get it, they're like very supportive. Yeah, I think oftentimes it's like a misunderstanding too of Disney adults and like why they love it so much, you know? Because a lot of times like other people's understanding of like a certain group of people is in this day and age based off of like extremes that they see on the internet and like on viral social media posts. A lot of times people's opinions are based off that and not like reality, and the reality is that most people go to Disney because it brings them joy. It makes them feel like a kid again. Yeah, there's always going to be people's opinions about what you do and like the things that you're interested in and stuff. And honestly, I think you should just do what brings you joy. So yeah, what's your go-to Disney movie or your go-to cozy Disney movie? To be honest, a lot of the Marvel movies we rewatch the Marvel movies quite a bit. As far as cozy Disney movies, ones that feel like really nostalgic to me are like Toy Story, The Incredibles, like a lot of the older Pixar movies feel really comforting. Tangled is one of my favorite Disney movies. Princess and the Frog. Ratatouille is another one that is like a comfort movie, I would say. If you could live in any scene in any ride at Disney World, what would it be and why? The first thing I thought of was the farm scene in Living with the Land. That's the first thing I thought of. And I feel like that's actually a really good one, and I'm just gonna stick with that because if I keep thinking about it, I'm gonna start stressing out. I like grew up in the country and I would love to live in the country again one day. So I would say that's kind of the ideal, with the little dog barking and the rooster on the mailbox. Kind of perfect, honestly. If you were a Disney park, which one would you be? I think I would probably be Epcot. I love the educational aspect of Epcot. I kind of wish they would lean into that a little more with Epcot. I think it used to be like classic Epcot used to be more like educational and stuff like that, which was really cool. Yeah, I would say Epcot. I think that is the one that I'm probably most like. Okay, I didn't realize how many questions we have, so I'm gonna try and kind of be a little bit quicker with these. The solo questions are mostly similar, so I might just consolidate into just a few questions. Most of the questions were like your favorite places to eat when you're solo in Disney. I don't know if I have favorite places specifically for like when I'm solo. I kind of already shared some of my favorite places to eat at Disney, and those are actually at the resorts. And I do find that those are a little less busy if that's kind of what you're looking for when you're solo. I really can't think of anywhere I wouldn't eat just because I was solo. So yeah, I would try and maybe eat at some of the resorts if you can, if you're on your solo trip. Kind of in that same vein, is it uncomfortable eating by yourself, especially a character dining experience? I've never done a character dining experience as an adult or by myself, so I can't speak to that specifically. I'm not going to lie, I really don't feel uncomfortable dining alone. I think if I did more sit down, I might feel a little more that way, but I've just gotten to the point where I don't really care that much, and I think that it just kind of comes with practice. So if it's something that at first makes you a little uncomfortable, I wouldn't be like too discouraged. I think like a good tip that I have for that is just bringing like your Kindle or bringing a book or something that you can read while you eat, or you can just like scroll on your phone. Really nobody cares or is paying attention, so but if you like need something to do while you eat, I would bring my Kindle or just scroll on your phone. When it comes to vlogging, do you get any anxiety/nerves that people are watching? And I'm including this with solo because most of my trips are solo and I'm usually vlogging just myself. And I will say that sometimes when I'm solo, I do feel uncomfortable. Most of the time, I don't care, but there are like particular moments where sometimes I'll feel uncomfortable. It's much more comfortable for me like vlogging with other people just because I feel like that's just perceived in a different way than just vlogging yourself. Like if people see you vlogging with like your family or friends, they're like, oh, that makes sense because you're capturing memories with your family and friends and your loved ones. But when you're just videoing yourself, sometimes I like get scared that it comes off as like self-obsessed or something like that. Which obviously it's not. You're still capturing memories for yourself to like enjoy watching later and sharing it with other people as well. So it's really just a mental thing. For the most part, I don't feel uncomfortable, but I do have my moments. What's the tripod you use to take your selfies? I can link this tripod down below, but it's something that I brought when I'm solo to get pictures of myself. That's the thing that I actually feel the most like insecure doing, is because it feels like self-obsessed or something. Again, it's just a me thing that I have to get over, but I will link the tripod that I use down below. It's one that like extends that you can just put on the ground and use your phone. Do you ever talk to yourself? Every time I'm alone, I do, so I imagine I would on a solo trip. Yeah, I do. Not all that often. Like talking to the vlog, I'm already kind of talking to myself in a way, but I do talk to myself occasionally. Okay, Clark, come home. Come in.
Fix my hair. It would look good for the camera.
Okay, now you can.
Come in.
Zuko and Court just got home. Come over here. Oh my God. So this video may be chaotic now. I think that's all of the solo questions. If I come across one that I missed, I'll bring it up, but I have a few questions that are kind of hobby based and kind of just personal life based. What is your favorite park for a solo park day? You should host a book/Disney meetup. That sounds so fun. I would love to do that sometime. Yeah, let me know if you guys would be interested in hosting a book/Disney meetup. That would be really cool. Favorite park for a solo park day? I just find myself going to Epcot the most, I would say. I just feel like it's the least overstimulating to me, but I feel like I can be the most leisurely there. And I love the pin trading there. Guardians is one that I like to come back to time and time again. And then if they're doing like the festivals and stuff, there's always like something new to do, I feel like. So I would say Epcot, definitely. Okay, and then regular questions, let's see. What's a character you relate to that you think would surprise some people? I've always related to Jo March from Little Women, but I feel like that's not one that's that surprising. I feel like a lot of people relate to Jo March. Probably Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. We named Zuko after him. Right, Zuko? Did we name you after Zuko from Avatar? I just relate to his like personality. I feel like he's a little bit explosive. I feel like that might surprise some people a little bit. I'm trying to think. Oh, it's so hard. I definitely relate to Kaladin from Stormlight Archives. That's kind of like a niche one. But yeah, I would say those two are the ones that I think of immediately. Best memory of seeing a new movie in theaters. That's such a fun question. I feel like my most core memory of going to see a movie in theaters was when The Dark Knight Rises came out, after like years after The Dark Knight, and the Batman movies were like my favorite. I mean, they still are some of my favorite movies, but I was like obsessed at that age. I was like a teenager. We went to see it when we were like at the beach on vacation, and so I just remember how anticipated it was. I feel like that was probably like one of my most anticipated movies I've seen in the theater. But then of course like Avengers, Endgame, those are all ones that were kind of core memories. What's your favorite hobby and why? My favorite hobby is definitely reading. It's definitely the one that I have had the longest, and it's definitely the one that I'm most passionate about. So definitely reading is my top one. But lately I've been super into like necklace making, like making beaded jewelry, and that's been one that I've really enjoyed lately. Okay, and then the last one is someone asked what my top 5 shows are. That's so freaking hard. I would say in no particular order. Okay, I apologize for Zuko in the background. He is being super loud. I would say Parks and Rec, Schitt's Creek, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is so hard because I immediately think of like Attack on Titan. Sherlock is one of my favorite shows that I watched a long time ago, but it's still one of my favorites. Currently, The Bear, Severance. I feel like I'm missing something vital. Baby, yeah. What do you think my favorite shows are? Yeah. Also, I do love The Office and New Girl. I do think that Parks and Rec and Schitt's Creek are above it for me. Well, I'm sure that I'm missing some of my favorite shows, but it's like when people ask you what your favorite book is and you forget every book you've ever read. But yeah, that is it for questions. But speaking of favorite books, the next video that's going to come out, hopefully, is going to be what my all-time favorite books are. So that's going to be really exciting. So be on the lookout for that. If I missed your question, definitely we'll hopefully do this again sometime. So definitely ask it again. Or you can ask it in the comments down below and I can answer in the comments. But thank you guys for your questions. Those were really fun. But I really appreciate it. I will be having some Disney vlogs coming up in the next month or two, and some more lifestyle vlogs in the coming weeks, so that's going to be really fun. So if you are excited for any of those videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss them, and I will see you in the next video.